Welcome to Beneath the Surface. This episode we're in Aarhus for SailGP's first ever Danish Grand Prix. Coming up, we discover how circularity is revolutionising food production and social housing in Denmark. Gold medalist Anne-Marie Rindam returns to inspire the next generation, and the twins face off in the latest rock challenge. Join us as we head to Aarhus for the Rockwool Denmark Sail Grand Prix, racing in front of the city's world-renowned sailing centre. Now, if you've never been to Aarhus, you're missing out. Denmark's second largest city might just be one of Europe's hidden gems. And although it dates back to the Vikings, it's a city with new ideas and an innovative approach. Here's everything you need to know in 60 seconds. This is the Latin Quarter, one of the oldest parts of Aarhus. It dates back to the 14th century, but today it's one of the most vibrant areas of the city with shops, bars and restaurants. You can't miss this rainbow panorama that sits above the Aarhus Art Museum. It opened 10 years ago and it's already become an iconic part of the Aarhus skyline. The art museum that sits below it is one of the most popular in Scandinavia, with more than 1 million visitors per year. Dock 1 has transformed an industrial harbour into a re-energised urban space and is one of the most sustainably minded libraries in the world, with seawater being used to cool the building and nearly 2,500 square metres of solar panels on its roof. Aarhus has earned a reputation as a world-class water sports venue, and with a facility like this International Sailing Centre, there's no wonder. This is one of the world's only purpose-built sailing centres and has produced many of Denmark's Olympic team. And after a long day on the water, what better way to refuel than with a real Danish delicacy? Open sandwiches.
Hey guys, last episode we gave you the chance to win some cool gear. All you have to do is count how many times this boat appeared on the screen. And now we have a winner. For your chance to win some gear, don't forget to count the boat.
Aarhus is undeniably one of the most popular, forward-thinking and sustainable cities in Denmark. But I want to find out why it's held in such high regard, and also learn how its approach to circularity is shaping its future.
City of Aarhus is a city placed wonderfully close to the sea, close to the nature, and it's a university city that has a tremendous amount of young people giving it life and making it a dynamic city that aspires also to pave the way for other cities. When we ask the citizens what do you like about Aarhus, the cultural life comes in as the very most important part of the city and the city's DNA. It makes sense for us to create strong cultural institutions, a lot of experiences and events in the city, and then it's also part of creating identity and creating a sense of belonging.
These values have positioned Aarhus as one of the most desirable places to live in Denmark. But what does that actually mean for its citizens? I caught up with the city's cultural mayor to find out.
The city is growing, and we have more and more people who actually want to live here in Aarhus. For us, is the most important is how we grow, not that we grow. And would like to have a city which is a sustainable city. It's green, it's a city where the air is fresh, and that is actually a focus that has been growing very fast the last 5-6 years.
Now, more people means more housing. When designing homes for tomorrow's world, this requires a more collaborative, innovative and sustainable approach. I'm speaking with Lasse, a Danish architect with 3XN, to see how he's been designing the next generation of homes.
Hi Jenna, welcome.
Thank you.
Do you want to go in and see the Circle House demonstrator?
Yes, please.
Let's go. Circle House is the world's first circular social housing project. It's a research project that is going to end up becoming 60 social housing units outside Aarhus in Denmark, to investigate how can we build in a way where we have no waste at the end of a building's lifetime, a circular building. So the idea for Circle House started when we realized that actually we reuse up to 90% of the construction waste in Denmark, but actually we use it at a very low quality and very low value. We grind everything up into road fill. The Circle House is being built right now outside Aarhus, but this is actually a prototype made in a research setup funded by Realdania. So this is basically showing all the different types of materials and solutions that can be used. We are actually constructing, we're using a lot of energy, a lot of carbon, a lot of money constructing buildings. We are trying to reduce carbon. We are looking at putting things together in a way so they can be taken apart again and reused without any loss of value. So we can actually keep the components, the elements, the materials in a continuous loop of reuse over several lifetimes. This is a couple of the materials I'll just show now that we've used in this circular project. And one of them is this timber cladding. That's actually leftover wood from scaffolding at the Copenhagen Metro. And we've treated it by burning the surface, which is actually an old technique for weatherproofing timber, which has been used by the Vikings for one. So this is compressed rock wool. It's actually a single wall element using these upcycled aluminium framing from old trucks. And the good thing about this is it works as a kind of single element that actually deals with the acoustic quality and has the good insulation qualities and is fully recyclable. I like to think that the Danish approach to design is a democratic design for people. So that good design doesn't belong simply to an elite. It's something that should benefit everyone, and good design can make a difference in people's lives. So it's a very exciting time right now because the tender is finished, the consortium has been chosen, and the site is being prepared for building. So within a few years we will be able to offer social circular housing, the world's first social circular housing to people in Aarhus.
Another example of circularity in the city exists in its gastronomy scene. In 2004, the philosophy of New Nordic cuisine in Denmark was created, championing well-being and ethical food production. I've come to meet Louise at Michelin-starred restaurant Substance to find out where their food comes from.
We are a sustainable restaurant. We use local seafood. Here you can see where we get our seafood. Everything we use is actually from the view here. Why buy our vegetables from another country where we do so nice vegetables in Denmark? You could go to any restaurant in Aarhus and say, do you buy your vegetables from Holland or from Hungary? And nobody would, because we all get them from just around the corner.
And from plate to sauce, tomato greenhouses like these in Denmark provide sustainable solutions using circular food production methods. I'm meeting Lisa from Food Nation to see how they're promoting this unique approach.
So Food Nation is a public-private organization. We're working as a branding consortium, and our vision is to promote sustainable solutions for the future by taking the high Danish experiences within the agriculture and food systems to the rest of the world. If we don't cooperate and share, we can never create a sustainable food and agriculture system for the future. And it is the key to drive innovation across the value chain in order to raise productivity, to have a consideration for sustainability and a focus on quality from farm to fork. So this is really unique, the Danish culture of collaboration. Because if we don't take care of the resources, we don't have anything to produce along the value chain.
One circular technique of preserving resources is a specific form of growing plants called hydroponics. Mads, tell us what we mean when we talk about hydroponic solutions.
Here in this greenhouse we grow hydroponic, and that means we have all the grown from rock wool on slabs, grown separated from the soil, so we can control 100% the air ratio and the water ratio, and that way we can have a precision growing. So for the roots to develop in that material is really good. And by producing in Grodan, we both benefit sustainability because we can reuse everything, but at the same time it's a very homogeneous product, so we can produce large scale, very high quality product. In our situation here, with high salary, with not too much sun for our production, we really have to rethink things and do things smarter. And I think that's a very challenging, and I think most Danes love that.
Getting to be more and more people on the planet, we need to produce more food on less ground. This means that we really need to look into very alternative ways of producing food. We need to look into vertical farming, hydroponics, and circularity in general as a key for the future food systems. So these areas is really key areas for Denmark, and we are very keen on sharing it with the rest of the world. So we're looking into cooperations in general.
SailGP's Inspire programme is all about using sailing and science to inspire young people and educate them about important issues like sustainability. Here in Aarhus in Denmark, they've taken it to a whole new level, and they've even brought along an Olympic gold medalist.
I'm going to the Inspire program for SailGP. I think it's good to get inspiration from somewhere when you are a kid and to see how big it can be.
We have 34 school classes coming to do something about building solar panels, marine biology, designing sails, and looking buoyancy and drag in the water and so on. It's all about the science on sustainability and sailing. Our learning program here is massive. The city of Aarhus have said we want to engage the school classes from a SailGP point of view. We really want that as well.
I wish I had that opportunity when I was a kid, and to actually have it between your hands, it's something else, and learning about it and trying it out yourself, and that's what they're trying to do today.
The best thing is they'll take all the solar panels they built and take them home, so what they're doing here doesn't stop here.
I showed them the medal, and they like it, like to see such a big and shiny gold medal. It's not something that you do every day, and I know some of them has been watching me sail in the television, so yeah, it's very inspiring that they're getting so stoked about a gold medal. You see the boat, it's right here in the harbor, and you can, take small little simulator boats out in the small pools here. It makes a lot of difference, and I definitely think that some of them would go home to their parents and say, hey, I want to start an Aarhus Sailing Club. So yeah, for sure.
Now, if you've been watching Beneath the Surface so far, you'll know that we like to put our Denmark SailGP team athletes through their paces and push them out of their comfort zone. So far, we've tested how they can cope with heat, and we've also given them the chills. Well, now we're back with these two for the next challenge. So far in the Rock Challenge series, Lars-Peter turned up the heat in Taranto and won the pizza challenge, whilst Hans-Christian played it cool in Plymouth to level things up at 1-1.
Hans-Christian.
Today's challenge is being held at Aarhus' state-of-the-art International Sailing Centre, where it all began for many of today's Danish sailing superstars. It's a 50-metre race from jetty to jetty, but the only catch is they'll need to do it in these Zorb balls.
I think what sets me and Lars apart in this challenge is especially the physical part of it. I'm a little stronger, a little faster, and a little better than him. Speed is not a key. I think tactics is going to come into play today. And I think with good strategy, I will have the win, and I have no doubts in myself. Go!
Oh, good start from Hansy. Good start from Hans. Oh, there's a bit of gamesmanship on the course. Lars is in front. I think Lars has got the advantage. Oh, Hans can't get back from this.
Oh my god, so much sweat in there. It's so hot.
Okay, after a very tight race, I can proudly crown today's winner. Lars-Peter.
Yes!
2-1 in the series, how do you feel?
I feel great, and you know, karma is a bitch, and that's a life lesson everybody should learn. So after last challenge, when I was rocked my victory, and wow, it's sweet.
Okay, that's all for this episode. Make sure you don't miss any of the action at the Rockwool Denmark Sail Grand Prix in Aarhus this weekend. You can go to sailgp.com/watch to see where you can follow the action in your market. Next up, we're off to Saint-Tropez on the French Riviera as we go beneath the surface.